you take your time. There's something about the love of things you like. Fire when the strobe hits. Bet you're looking for something new. I feel the heat with you staring up across the room.
Hello students, how you all are at your home? I hope that you all are doing very well at your home. Okay, and now you are welcome on the video session of Vidya Bal Bhavan Senior Secondary School. Okay, in English class 9th by Miss Purnima Bhardwaj. Okay, let's have some instructions. You have to upload your homework on the portal. Okay, if you are not able to do that, just mail me, okay, on pwrnimavbb@gmail.com, or you can mail on vbbseniors@gmail.com. Okay, next is take a pencil with you to underline the difficult words and write the meaning as well on the spot. You all are aware. Write down all the words with their meanings in the fair notebook. Next is do all the uploaded work in fair notebook. You all are aware that your work should be very presentable, neat and clean, and I want everyone's work on time. Okay, now let's move on with the video. Okay, you have to identify these pictures. Okay, just identify these pictures. Picture number 3. Picture number 4. These pictures are of musical instruments. Yes, students, you have suggested the correct one. Okay, these are the pictures of musical instruments. Okay, we are about to play. Okay, we used to play. Okay, anyone in this world who is a musician, okay, music director or anyone, or the player of the instruments, they used to play them. So we are going to have the book 1 Beehive, chapter 2, Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. Okay, so now first of all, let us discuss about the objectives of this video. Okay, what are the key objectives of this video? First is introduction of the writer. Okay, introduction of the chapter, word meanings, reading and explanation. Okay, these are the objectives of this video. Okay, now let's move on towards the video, towards the chapter. Introduction of the writer. Okay, you can see that this is the picture of Bismillah Khan. Okay, here he is. Okay, and now let's talk about his life. Okay, Kamruddin Bismillah Khan, 21st March 1916 to 21st August 2006. Born as Kamruddin Khan, often referred to by the title Ustad, was an Indian musician credited with popularizing the Shehnai, a subcontinental wind instrument of the oud classes. While the Shehnai had long held importance as a folk instrument played primarily schooled in traditional ceremonies, Khan is credited with elevating its status and bringing it to the concert stage. He was awarded India's highest civilian honor, the Bharat Ratna, in 2001, becoming the third classical musician after M.S. Subbalakshmi and Ravi Shankar to be awarded Bharat Ratna. On his 102nd birthday, Google honored Bismillah Khan with a Google Doodle. Okay, this was the introduction of Bismillah Khan, students. Okay, now we will have the word meanings with the proper accent. Okay, now let's move towards the word meanings. So students, take your pens with you and your gel pen, blue, black both, and start writing the word meanings. Okay, first is banned, B-A-N-N-E-D, banned means prohibited. Next is shrill, S-H-R-I-L-L, shrill means very sharp. Next is unpleasant, unpleasant. Unpleasant means something that you dislike. Next is generic name. Generic. Generic name. A name given to a class or group as a whole. We can say Hindu, we can say Muslim, or we can say another thing, Christians, okay, to a whole group. Generic name means the scientific name or a broad classification of something, okay. Next is reeded. R-E-E-D-E-D. Reeded means wind instruments which have reeds like the flute, the clarinet, etc. Next was revived. R-E-V-I-V-E-D. Revived means brought back to life. Next is tonal quality. T-O-N-A-L. Tonal. Q-U-A-L-I-T-Y. Quality means sound. Next is hollow. H-O-L-L-O-W. Hollow means empty from inside. Next is auspicious. A-U-S-P-I-C-I-O-U-S. Auspicious means promising to bring good fortune. Next is indispensable. I-N-D-I-S-P-E-N-S-A-B-L-E. Indispensable means without which a piece of work cannot be done, something which is necessary. Okay, indispensable means the things which are very necessary to the human beings or the person about which we are talking about. Okay, next is ensembles. E-N-S-E-M-B-L-E-S. Ensembles means things. Here instruments considered as a group. Next is paternal ancestors. P-A-T-E-R-N-A-L. Paternal ancestors. A-N-C-E-S-T-O-R-S. Ancestors means ancestors of the father. Okay, and the opposite of that is maternal ancestors, that were the ancestors of mother. Next is captivated. Captivated. C-A-P-T-I-V-A-T-E-D. Captivated means attracted. On end means for a very long time without stopping, or we can say continuously. Apprentice. A-P-P-R-E-N-T-I-C-E. Apprentice means trainee. Next is haunt. H-A-U-N-T. Haunt means place you like come, where you like to visit many times a day. Next is solitude. Being alone or single. Next is recital. Means performance. Next is taken in by. Means attracted or charmed by. Next is souvenirs. S-O-U-V-E-N-I-R-S. Souvenirs means things given in memory of a place, person or event. Now let's move on towards the more word meanings. Next is chartbuster. C-H-A-R-T. Chart. B-U-S-T-E-R. Buster means record breaker. Next is celluloid. C-E-L-L-U-L-O-I-D. Celluloid means old fashioned way of referring to films. Next is venture. V-E-N-T-U-R-E. Venture means project that often involves risk, something which has a lot of risk. Next is emphasis. E-M-P-H-A-S-I-S. Emphasis means to lay stress on something. Okay, next is thick and fast. T-H-I-C-K. Thick and F-A-S-T. Fast means he got a lot of awards and was recognized at many places. Next is conferred. C-O-N-F-E-R-R-E-T. Conferred means given usually an award or a degree. Coveted. C-O-V-E-T-E-D. Coveted means much desired. Next is replicating. R-E-P-L-I-C-A-T-I-N-G. Replicating means making a copy of something. Next is yearning. Y-E-A-R-N-I-N-G. Yearning means longing or having a desire for something. Next is devote. D-E-V-O-U-T. Devote means believing strongly in a religion and obeying its laws and following its practices. So students, these were the word meanings of this chapter, and now we will start with the chapter. Okay, now we are done with the word meanings. Okay, you have to make a cover page and word meanings as well. Okay, and now we will get to the story. So here is the chapter part 2, the sound of music, that is the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. Okay, before you read, let's have something. Do you know these people? What instruments do they play? Okay, these are the very famous people, those who used to play instruments. Okay, think of the Shehnai, and the first thing you will probably imagine is a wedding. Okay, when you imagine Shehnai, the first thing you will imagine that is wedding or a similar occasion or function. The next would probably be Ustad Bismillah Khan, the Shehnai maestro, playing this instrument. Okay, then whenever we are assuming of the Shehnai, we are just having or assuming the occasion or the function we are having, or we are assuming the marriage. Okay, and then when that we are assuming Ustad Bismillah Khan. Okay, now let's get started with the chapter. Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of a musical instrument called pungi in the royal residence, for it had a shrill, unpleasant sound. Okay, why he banned this musical instrument? Because he thinks that it had a shrill and unpleasant sound. Pungi became the generic name for reeded noisemakers. Okay, so what he is saying that it became a generic name for reeded noisemakers, the one who used to make noise only, not the sound. Few had thought that it would one day be revived. Okay, few had thought that one day it will be resumed, and we all will play this instrument. A barber of a family of professional musicians who had access to the royal place decided to improve the tonal quality of the pungi of this instrument. Okay, what he used to do? He used to improve the tonal quality, okay, the quality of that instrument. Okay, who is he? He is a barber of a family of professional musicians. Next is, he chose a pipe with a natural hollow stem that has longer and broader than the pungi, and made seven holes on the body of that pipe. Okay, what he did, that he took a natural pipe, okay, having natural hollow stem, okay, and then that was longer and broader, means the length and the breadth of that was very good. Okay, and then he made 7 holes on the body of that pipe. Let's move further. When he played on it, closing and opening some of these holes, soft and melodious sounds were produced. Okay, what is he saying? That when he played on it, closing and opening some of these holes, soft and melodious sounds were produced, means he loved the voice that was coming when he was playing that pipe. Okay, let's move forward. He played the instruments before royalty and everyone was impressed. Okay, he played instrument before royalty, means in the front of kings and everyone who are royal over there, he played that instrument and everyone was impressed over there. The instrument, so different from the pungi, had to be given a new name. Okay, the instrument is very different from that instrument named as pungi. Okay, now he had to be given a new name for that. As the story goes, since it was the first played in the Shah's chambers and was played by a nai, means barber, the instrument was named as Shehnai. Okay, here we can see the origin of Shehnai instrument. Okay, so this chapter belongs to the origin of the Shehnai. Okay, and now in the further picture we can see that there are two pics, that is Pungi and Shehnai. Okay, so what they were saying that as the story was going on, okay, since it was played first in the Shah's chamber, okay, and was played by Anai means barber, that is why the instrument has named as Shehnai. Okay, now let's move towards the chapter now. The sound of the Shehnai began to be considered auspicious. Auspicious means promising to bring good fortune, means the best to be done in the future. Okay, and for this reason it is still played in temples and is an indispensable component of any North Indian wedding. Okay, indispensable means without which a piece of work cannot be done. Okay, let's have the explanation part. And for this reason it is still played in temples. Okay, this Shehnai is going to be played in temples, okay, while it has been considered that it is auspicious. Okay, and is an indispensable component of any North Indian wedding. It is also an indispensable component of any North Indian wedding. In the past, the Shehnai was part of the Naubat or traditional ensemble of 9 instruments found at royal courts. He is saying that in the past the Shehnai was part of the Naubat or traditional ensemble. Okay, ensemble means things, instruments considered as a group. Okay, we can also pronounce that ensemble. Okay, so next is ensemble of 9 instruments found at royal courts. Till recently it was used only in temples and weddings. Okay, till recently it was used only in temples and in the weddings only. The credit for bringing this instrument onto the classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. Okay, now the credit for bringing this instrument into the classic stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan, about which we are reading or studying. Next is, as a 5-year-old, Bismillah Khan played Gilli Danda near a pond in the ancient state of Damraon in Bihar. Okay, when he was 5-year-old, he used to play Gilli Danda near the pond in the ancient state of Damraon in Bihar. Okay, he would regularly go to the nearby Bihariji temple to sing the Bhojpuri Chaita, at the end of which he would earn a big laddu weighing 1.25 kg, a prize given by the local Maharaja. Okay, that is the big thing, students, for 5-year-old child, that he used to go regularly nearby Bihariji temple and sing Bhojpuri Chaita. Okay, it's a kind of name of that song. Okay, and at the end of that song he would be earning big laddu weighing 1.25 kg. Okay, a prize given by the local Maharaja as well. This happened 80 years ago, and the little boy has travelled far to earn the highest civilian award in India, the Bharat Ratna. This means that this Ustad Bismillah Khan has earned a Bharat Ratna award as well. Okay, now what is he saying? That this happened 80 years ago, and a little boy has travelled far to earn the highest civilian award in India, that is the Bharat Ratna. That was the student's highest civilian award in India. Okay, let's move on. Born on 21st March 1916, Bismillah belongs to well-known family of musicians from Bihar. His grandfather Rasool Baks Khan was a Shehnai Nawaz of the Bhojpur king's court. His father Paigambar Baks and other paternal ancestors were also great Shehnai players. Okay, what are paternal ancestors means? Ancestors of the father. And I told you before also what are maternal ancestors. They are the opposite. They are the ancestors of the mother. Now what he says now, born on 21st March 1916, Bismillah belongs to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. Okay, His grandfather name is Rasool Bucks Khan was the Shehnai Nawaz, okay, of the Bhojpur King's Court. His father Paigambar Bucks and other paternal ancestors were also great Shehnai players. So this was about his family. Okay, they all are playing this Shehnai and they all are belonging to the music family. That is why they have also started their career in music family. The young boy took to music early in life. Okay, what he did, he took the music very early in his life. At the age of 3, when his mother took him to his maternal uncles in Benares, now Varanasi, Bismillah was fascinated watching his uncles practice the Shehnai. Okay, what is going on over here is, at the age of 3, when he was 3 years old, when his mother took him to his maternal uncle's house in Benares. Okay, before we used to say Benares, but now it's Varanasi. Bismillah was fascinated watching his uncles practice the Shehnai. Okay, Bismillah, what he did, he was fascinated watching his uncle practicing the Shehnai. Soon Bismillah started accompanying his uncle, okay, Ali Bucks, to the Vishnu temple of Benares, where Bucks was employed to play the Shehnai. Okay, so what he was saying, that soon Bismillah started accompanying his uncle Ali Bucks to the Vishnu temple, where Bucks was employed to play the Shehnai. Okay, Ali Bucks, he is the uncle of Bismillah Khan. Okay, Bismillah started accompanying his uncle, okay, to the Vishnu temple of Benares, where Bucks was employed to play the Shehnai. Okay, he used to do job over there. Okay, Ali Bucks would play the Shehnai and Bismillah would sit captivated for hours on end. On end means here for a very long time without stopping. He used to stare, he used to look, he used to observe how the uncle is going to play the Shehnai. Okay, so what is there? Next is, slowly he started getting lessons in playing the instrument and would sit practicing throughout the day. What he has done, that he started getting lessons in playing the instrument, okay, and would sit practicing throughout the day. The whole day he used to practice the things. For years to come, the temple of Balaji and Mangla Maya and the banks of the Ganga became the young apprentice's favorite haunts, where he could practice in solitude. Okay, so these were the few places where he used to practice, okay, that how to play that instrument. The flowing waters of the Ganga inspired him to improvise and invent rags that were earlier considered to be the range of the Shehnai. So what is the next is here, that the flowing waters of Ganga, the waves, okay, inspired him to improvise and invent rags that were earlier considered to be beyond the range of the Shehnai. Okay, means that was the next level of the learning the things, to learn the rags of the Shehnai. Okay. At the age of 14, Bismillah accompanied his uncle to the Allahabad Music Conference. Okay, at the end of his recital, Ustad Fiaz Khan patted the young boy's back and said, "Work hard and you shall make it." With the opening of All India Radio in Lucknow in 1938 came Bismillah's big break. Okay, now what is there at the end of the recital, at the end of that occasion, Ustad Fiaz Khan patted the young boy's back, means Ustad Bismillah's back, he patted that and he said, "Work hard and you shall make it," means if you will work hard, you will make it, or you can play that very well. Okay, with the opening of All India Radio in Lucknow in 1938 came Bismillah's big break. Now here comes the big break of Bismillah Khan. He soon became an often heard Shehnai player on radio. It's a big day for him that he became an often heard Shehnai player on radio. Now he is on All India Radio. Okay, so from this onwards, when India gained independence, we will have in the next video, students, okay, or we will have in the live session. Okay, so now we will have have the recapitulation what we have done in this video. So what we have done the introduction of the writer, word meanings with correct accent, next the explanation part, okay, and the last the recapitulation of the chapter. So this was the end of the video, students. Okay, I would like to say that thank you everyone, and just take care of yourself, learn the things side by side. Okay, just enhance your vocabularies, okay, the reading skills, the conversation skills. Okay, so thank you and take care. Have a nice day.